Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of Oh to Behold with your girl, Camille. What's up? Glad to have you here with me on today. Look, y'all, I'm going to dive on in and dive right on out on today, but I got to talk about it. Did I say, hey, holy rollers? What's up? If I didn't, see my mind. Look at me. Look. Anyway, y'all, I got to talk about this because this kind of ruffled my feathers. Okay. Look, I think if I were going to entitle this, which I will, and so it ain't no if, let me take that out. So I would title today's topic, the most unattractive trait on a man. Y'all, there are a lot of things that, can be unattractive on a man. And I'm not talking about the exterior. I'm speaking more around, character, those types of traits, character traits. Okay. But I think this one may ruffle my feathers more than any of the traits that I could name. Because like I said, there's several. Why don't you put one in the chat? Which one would you say? Before I even tell y'all what I think mine is. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you what mine is. The most unattractive character trait on a man to me is weakness. Ooh. Now you talking about, I could see a strapping, tall, dark, handsome, well-dressed, well-groomed, well-spoken, well-educated, whether it be formally or not, well-versed, well-exposed, even doing well financially even. He can have all that going on for him. But if he jelly-backed it, that's what my grandmama probably would have said. Jelly-backed it. Yes, I said backed it. Jelly-backed it. E-D. B-A-C-K-E-D-E-D. Jelly-backed it. Spineless, weak man. Child, you talking about that same man that I just described. Don't look like nothing to me. Period, point blank. I mean, he is probably the most unattractive man I've ever seen in my life if he spineless and jelly-backed. Backed it. I just, that's one characteristic, a man who grinning and ain't nothing funny. Scratching the head. when you need to be standing on truth. When a man who can't stand on business. Now, I'm not talking about being cruel or oppressive or harsh, mean, demeaning. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man who, regardless of who's in the room, regardless of what his status is or what another person's status is, baby, it don't matter. He a man. He a real man. And now that will make a far less unattractive man or a far less attractive man more attractive. When you got a man that, baby, he stand on business. He got a spine. You know what lines to cross and not to cross with him. All he got to do is give you that look like, you can't see my eyes, but give you a look like, now you done went too far. And as a woman, you know how to back up. See, I'm more of the traditionalist when it comes to male and female relationships. So I'm more traditional now. I'm not all the way traditional because life has brought about some changes. But for the most part, I'm still pretty traditional when it comes to relationships between men and women. And so to know, and I believe that the man is the head of the household. He is the leader of the household or of the relationship. And to know that I got a man that he stand on business, to know that and I think I did a video on standing on business not too long ago, but I'm talking about a man with a spine, a man with a backbone, a man who will stand up for right, a man of conviction, a man who is always going to be on the side of fair and just being just, on the side of righteousness. And you know, now again, he's still kind and all that. So don't get me wrong. Don't be the kind of man who quote unquote is righteous and all that, but you can't even tell your wife I love you, or you don't even hug your wife, or you don't even do those things. That ain't what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about that kind of man. I'm talking about a man who is still able to be a gentleman, but when that lion in him stands up, and that spine of his have to get straight, you know to step back and don't cross that line. And I've had the occasion recently to run across a man who I would say, from the world standards, very attractive. But that spine he got, it ain't too good. It ain't too good. It ain't too good. And it has definitely made me be like, I mean, you all right on the eyes, but anything beyond that, baby, I'm not interested. No, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. So, you know what? I don't know if you agree or disagree. Like I said, there are other very important traits, you know, or other things that could be unattractive on a man. But for that one, baby, when I experienced it, baby, it turned my stomach so bad. And I was just looking at that guy like, wow, what a waste. What a waste, you know. But anyway, hey, ain't nothing worse than, or ain't nothing more unattractive on a man than a spineless, jelly-backed, weak man. Don't nobody want that. What the lady say, or the man say, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, y'all. So look, we're right the week before the retreat, y'all. So we're so excited about what's going to be happening during the retreat, celebrating 45 years. If you've registered already, thank you. If you haven't, it's a good chance you're too late. So you can still reach out because we may have a space or two left. But you pass the deadline. We'll look forward to you attending another year. But look, thank you so much for watching me on today. Be sure to get your book at otobehold.com. Get your book on today. And look, y'all, excited about some new things that are going to be happening with the channel. All of that. Just trying to organize myself to be able to implement the strategy that I'm creating alongside my coach. And so I'm grateful for that and excited about what's in store. All right. Thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe, like, share. I hadn't said that in a while. Subscribe, like, and share this content. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.